Chatgap said. Chatgap: Syria dissolves rebel factions as Al-Sharaa consolidates power. In a move aimed at uniting the war-torn nation, Syria's interim government, under the leadership of veteran statesman Farouk, Al-Sharaa, has announced the dissolution of several rebel factions. The groups have agreed to merge under the auspices of a newly restructured Ministry of Defense, signaling a potential turning point in Syria's efforts to stabilize its fractured political and military landscape. A push for unity. The announcement came after weeks of negotiations brokered by Al-Sharaa, a seasoned diplomat and former vice president of Syria, who has emerged as a key figure in the country's post-war transitional leadership. His government's efforts to centralize military authority to address the fragmented nature of opposition forces, which has long hindered efforts to rebuild and govern effectively. This is a step toward national reconciliation, said insert name, a spokesperson for the interim government. The unification of these factions under a single defense ministry is essential for establishing security and rebuilding trust among Syrians. Rebel groups agree to merge. Several prominent rebel factions, including insert names of factions, have agreed to dissolve their independent operations and integrate into a unified national army under the Ministry of Defense. While details of the agreements remain unclear, sources indicate that the groups were offered significant political and economic incentives to lay down arms and join the national framework. However, not all factions are on board. Some groups have expressed skepticism about the government's intentions, citing concerns over potential marginalization and a lack of representation in decision-making processes. Challenges ahead. The unification process faces several obstacles, including deep-seated mistrust among rival factions, logistical challenges in merging disparate military structures, and the continued presence of extremist groups that refuse to participate in the transitional framework. Additionally, regional powers with vested interests in Syria's future may complicate the process. Turkey, Iran, and Russia, which have supported various factions throughout the conflict, could exert influence to protect their strategic interests. Consolidating power is only the first step, said insert name, a Middle East analyst. The real challenge lies in ensuring that this unity translates into effective governance and lasting peace. International reactions. The international community has cautiously welcomed the move, with the United Nations and other global bodies expressing hope that the unification of rebel factions could pave the way for broader peace talks. The consolidation of military forces is a critical milestone in Syria's journey toward peace and stability, said insert name, a unrepresentative. We urge all parties to support this process and prioritize the needs of the Syrian people.